The UOB One card is one of Singapore's most popular cashback cards. It has a low eligibility requirements, simple to use, plus it offers a wide range of categories for you to earn bonus cashback. In this video, I will be sharing everything you need to know about the UOB One card, such as how the card works, additional perks, how does it compare to other similar cards, and finally, should you get this card or not? But before I start, do join my 10,000 members Telegram chat group to discuss or ask any questions that you may have. First up, the UOB One card is an entry-level card, so it's rather easy to qualify for it. You first need to be at least 21 years old. Then, if you are a Singapore citizen or PR, you will need to have an annual income of at least $30,000. Otherwise, if you are a foreigner, you will need to have an annual income of at least $40,000. But if you are unable to fulfill the annual income requirements, no worries, you can still qualify for a secure version of the card by placing a $10,000 fixed deposit with UOB. Similar to most entry-level cards, the UOB One card has an annual fee of $196.20 for the principal card holder. The annual fee is waived for the first year, and after that, as long as you spend consistently on the card, you can always apply for a fee waiver. Next, according to the website, the UOB One card gives up to 3.33% cashback on all retail spend. However, in order to qualify for this cashback, you will need to fulfill some criteria. First, you will need to spend at least $500 every month consecutively for 3 months. And every month, you need to make at least 5 transactions. Then, depending on which spending tier you are in, you will earn a different amount of cashback. For example, if you can spend anywhere from $500 to $999 every month for 3 months, you will earn a $50 cashback. Otherwise, if you can spend $1,000 to $1,999 every month for 3 months, you will earn a $100 cashback. And lastly, if you can spend more than $2,000 every month for 3 months, you will earn a $200 cashback. So if you can meet the minimum spending tier, this will equate to a 3.33% cashback. However, the risk with this card is that if you underspend for even just 1 month, you won't be able to earn the cashback for the entire 3 months. Next, depending on your spending tier, the UOB One card will also give additional cashback of 5% to 6.67% for selected merchants like the DFI retail group merchants such as 7-Eleven and Cold Storage, Grab transactions, McDonald's, Shopee, and Simply Grow rights. Then, there's also an extra 1% cashback on Singapore Power utilities bills. This additional cashback is on top of the existing 3.33% quarterly cashback. So, for example, if you are on the $500 spending tier, you will earn a total of 8.33% at DFI retail group merchants. Though, this additional cashback is capped at $100 per statement month. So, if you work backwards, assuming that you only spend at DFI retail group merchants, you will need to spend up to $2,000 before you max out this additional cashback limit. Similar to most other cards, the UOB One card will have the standard exclusions from earning cashback, such as insurance premiums, hospital bills, and school fees. Also, even though Grab and Shopee transactions qualify for additional cashback, mobile wallet top-up transactions are excluded from earning cashback. Because, people can manufacture spending to earn cashbacks if this was allowed. Pro tip, if you're unsure whether a transaction is eligible to earn cashback or not, one easy way to check is by going to Haymax. For example, the UOB One card will earn a 3.33% cashback at Klook and up to 10% cashback at Simply Go rights. Plus, you get to earn additional max miles when you shop through Haymax. Sign up link down below to Haymax if you don't have an account yet, yeah? Next, besides the additional cashback, the UOB One card also gives some additional perks, such as up to 24% savings at Shell and 22.66% savings at SPC, discounts, additional perks, and 1-for-1 deals at restaurants, as well as complimentary travel insurance of up to $500k when you book your flights or hotels with the card. Though, just make sure to activate the complimentary insurance at least 5 working days before your trip, yeah? Not just that, the UOB One card also ties in nicely with the spending criteria of the UOB One account. So, if you are able to spend a minimum of $500 on the card, credit a minimum salary of 1.6k via Gyro, you get to earn a minimum of 3% interest. So, how does the UOB One card compare against other popular cashback cards such as UOB Evo, the newly launched DCS Flex card and the Maybank Family and Friends card. First thing first, if you can only spend $500 to $600 every month, the UOB One card will obviously be the winner, as all other cards require you to spend anywhere between $600 to $800 in order to earn their cashback. So for a fairer comparison, let's look at which card will perform better when you are able to spend $800 across several categories. This time, we can see that Maybank Family and Friends is the clear winner, as it gives a rather generous 8% cashback, capped at $25 per category. Meanwhile, the UOB One card came in third place, right after the DCS Flex card. The main reasons UOB One card lost is because 1. If you are spending $800 per month, your effective quarterly cashback goes down, as you're only getting a fixed $50 quarterly cashback, no matter whether you are spending $500 or $999. And 2, the spending is spread quite evenly across several categories, rather than concentrating on merchants that give additional cashback. So if you were to increase the spending to $1,000 and focus more on merchants that give additional cashback, the UOB One card would end up as the winner. That's because at $1,000, the quarterly cashback will go up to $100, plus all the rest of the cards cap their cashback across specific categories, whereas the UOB One card only caps the additional cashback to $100 limit. Last but not least, if you are interested in getting the UOB One card, you can sign up using my link down below to get some sign up rewards from Saver as well as UOB. Not just that, there's currently an enhanced cashback promotion, which lets you get up to a total of 20% cashback on merchants like on Shopee, public transports, McDonald's, Grab and DFI Retail Group. Okay, here are my thoughts. The UOB One card is a rather good card, as long as you can hit the minimum spend every month and usually spend at a selected few merchants. But if your spending is inconsistent, or if you don't really spend at those few merchants, the DCS Flex card or the Maybank Family and Friends card would be a better choice for you. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hopefully, you found it useful. Like, share and subscribe, as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.